ओके ओके दरबार साहब, स्वागत है आपका।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार। हरिओम।
हरिओम।
This 11th chapter, Ekadasa Adhyaya, Vishwarupa Darshana, is special significance, as we all know. Actually, it's a climax, as many think. Of course, all the 18 chapters are extremely significant, but this 11th chapter has got a special significance. Many learned people say. So, in the 11th chapter, the God has revealed the universal form and the form of the universe, both the nature, the form, the characteristics, all those things have been revealed to reinforce the faith in the disciple, and he has given how we can realize the nature of the God and the original form of the God and the Swarupa, the entire form of because the whole thing is about Jiva, Jagat and then Ishvara. इन तीनों का अगर तीन समझते हैं तो ये तीनों का संबंध, then that is also beautifully explained in these two, particularly these two shlokas and then the verses. And others have given the translation and then the Visesh Tippani. So I would like to focus, as a last speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to sum up and then give a concluding summary in the form of anecdote as well as the Visesh have been encapsulated in these two shlokas. The first one is, of course, he is talking about three important things. And it is all about the human endeavor is all about realizing our dreams. We have several dreams, when we are living in this world. Everybody wants to realize their dreams. They want their dreams to come true. When I was thinking about the dreams and then coming true, it occurred to my mind that, the one place where the motto of the organization, where dreams come true. This organization whose motto, the bottom, the tagline is where dreams come true. It is the Disneyland, where dreams come true, they say that. So, opportunity to see both the Euro Disney in Paris as well as the main Disneyland in Anaheim, US. So, while we were planning to see this Disneyland, so naturally, one example of a tourist place. It could be applied to a tasting of a particular food item, of your favorite food item, or it could be a music, or a particular song or a form of a music that you want to enjoy. So it may happen, in all the three things, this process of three Bhagavan which he has given beautifully in these shlokas applies as I am looking at it, because I am giving a unique perspective to it. So, for example, when I was planning and sitting in Bangalore and then Bombay and then planning to go to, what is that we require when we plan to go? You need to have or at least about the United States and then the Los Angeles, whatever particular Orange County, and then the Anaheim, and the way to go there, and then where is it located. So that knowledge is extremely important. So that is jnatum. That is the word it is used here. So we need to know first the knowledge about where we want to go. Because the entire life is about knowing that, having a goal, where do you want to go, and then how do you want to reach. So these are the two extremely important things for practical things in life. And Bhagavad Gita, as I have said several times, is a practical manual for an enlightened way of living. It is another religious book on blind faith, written by somebody or told by some prophet or anything like that. So here, how practical it is, we can see this example. So to accomplish something, to reach something, to aim for something, to have the knowledge about it. In this case, example that I have taken is the Disneyland in Anaheim in the US. So you need to have where it is there. So that is the Jnatum. And then what is that? Is it enough that if you see, if you know about the Disneyland or the place where we want to go, or a Rasagulla or a Rasmalai that you want to eat, how Rasmalai is made, the recipe, and all that you knowing is not enough to get the best experience. So you need to have Drashtum. The second one is the Drashtum. So you need to see. Seeing is believing. So you need to go there and then actually see. So many people would have gone there and then told, "अरे वाह क्या rides होते हैं, posters होते हैं, ये होते हैं, वो होते हैं." Amazing! It is a different world altogether. We don't know how the heaven looks, but this is like a heaven on earth, something like that. People used to, and then my interest and then my wish, the want and desire to go there and then actually see it amplified, doubled and tripled. So in the example of Disneyland, Drashtum. So I need to go and then check it out. Once you see that, it's not enough. You see it on the television. So you can see it in the pictures and then see it in the television also. Drashtum is also not enough. So the third one Bhagavan seems to be saying is Praveshtum. You need to enter into it. So that feeling is altogether totally different, So in that there is a gulab jamun or there is a rasmalai, or even looking at it in the picture or in the television live, how it is being made also is not enough. You need to have praveshtum, that has to praveshtum in your mouth, and then you will have to adjust it and then feel it and then uska maza lene ke liye. Because however you say, how do you explain the property of a sweet or a salt? However, English or any other language you use, it's not enough. Just to put some, a chamach of sugar in his mouth, abhi malum ho gaya, So that shtum is extremely important. So that entering into it. Same thing about the music also. We know that some music, particular thing, Kishore Kumar was a great, singer or something like that for a South Indian who doesn't know Hindi and Hindi music. Yeah, however, you tell Mohammad Rafi, Kishore Kumar, Mukesh, Lata Mangeshkar, he may not. Leave alone, the other great singers are Mozart or Beethoven or Vivaldi and things like that. You need to develop and you need to have knowledge. You need to go in and actually feel that in the Philharmonic Orchestra or something. And if you are a singer, you become the one with the song to get the best out of it. Whenever the greatest of the artists, they all indulge in praveshtum. They enter, the song enters into them and they enter into the song. The moment the song, the art and the artist become one, and that's when the best of the performance occurs. And that tadatmya sthiti. So the one merging with the other entity. So there is an Advaita Bhavana. So once there is a Advaita Bhavana, the merging of the two entities, that becomes, then you get the Advaita Siddhi and Rasa Siddhi. That's what it gets. Even in the mundane example that I'm taking about the Disneyland also, once you go there and then you enter into it, and then once you go through all those rides for a day or two, then the maza alag hi hota hai. So that's how we can understand Jnatum, Drashtum and Praveshtum even at a mundane level for a practical level. And of course in the philosophical level also, you need to have the knowledge and through bhakti, and then you need to have Drashtum, then only you will be able to see. That's why the Vishwarupa is shown to him, so Drashtum and then Praveshtum. So he has to enter into the super consciousness, the supreme consciousness of the Lord. How is it possible? He has given the 5 ways which have been beautifully already explained. Mat karma kurtu, mat paramaha, bhakta, sangavarjitaha, nirvaira sarvabhuteshu. I don't need to again re-elaborate or explain, but mat karma kurtu, in the previous 2 episodes, we discussed that Veda, Yajna, Tapa, Karma, and say mera darshan hota hai, and then there was a possibility of misunderstanding without with ignorance or without proper knowledge, that ye sab karne ki zarurat nahi hai, these are all futile goals. He seems to be giving the answer here. Mat karma mane kya hai? What is mat karma is nothing but this Veda, Yajna, Puja, Tapa, Dana. All those things will provide you the chitta suddhi. is karma kruto. And we have discussed many times the shloka about yat yat karma kruti, tad akhilam shambho tavaradhanam. Same thing is said about 9/27. Yat karoshi yadhajnashi juhoshi dadasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. That's what he is saying in 9/27. And same thing every day in our prayers, say that more so in Maharashtra. And of course in our house also, Anushtana, we say, Kayena vacha mansendriyeva buddhatmana va prakrute svabhava kalyad sakalam parasmahi narayana samarpayami. So everything, whatever we do, that is the matkarma parma madbhakti. Nirvaira adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karunevacha. We need to develop that kind of a the friendship as well as the compassion and towards the and all the living beings, and that ecological balance, environmental friendliness, and the acceptance of the consciousness gives us. So that having said that, I would like to just briefly give the Phalashruti, because the beauty of Sanatana Dharma, as a concluding summary, the beauty of Sanatana Dharma is any stotra or parayana or any adhyaya or purana. At the end of it, generally the benefit, the Phalashruti, the fruit result, what is the benefit of doing this particular thing is given in a one last sloka typically. So in Padma Purana, the 11th adhyaya ka, though the 11th adhyaya is so prominent, that 36 sloka, that from 36 to Sthane Hrishikesha to 46 Vishwarupa, Kiritinam, Gajinam, Chakrastam. So that is there. That these 11 slokas are considered as Parayana. And many people, the significance of doing the Parayana of these 11 slokas of the 11th adhyaya are extremely important, and it was the importance has been stressed many a place, and very many learned scholars and then munis, rishis have given the importance of that, and many people have done that and then got benefited and blessed and got mukti. One small example is like, for example, in Mahabharata there was a story like Bakasura. All of us know the story of the Bakasura in Ekachakrapura when Pandavas were going through Vanvasa, and then so they are a particular village, and then they were staying in a rented house, and then all that story we know. Bakasura is the one fellow who actually eats. He was a man-eater, and then every day one person has to be offered from the village. Similarly, in this particular in Padma Puran also there is a story where Sunanda Sharma, there is one gentleman who has got a son also, and then he's a very, very orthodox Brahmin. So he enters a particular village, and then he comes to know that there is so much of tragedy happening, and there was a Brahma Rakshasa, and the one fellow, a demon who was eating people, man-eater. And this man was staying in that. Next day, turn is that house owner's turn, that he has to go to offer food Rakshasa. And these people were staying there, they were doing Parayana of the 11th Vishijaya. Jaya and Ekadasha has got a special significance in Sanatana Dharma. So they were doing 7 times Parayana in the morning. Because of that, this fellow could not enter the house to take that thing. And he didn't understand, and why is that I am not able to, and then grab that fellow, which is his turn today to offer himself as a food to me. And he wondered, and then he started asking, and then Sunandar Sharma, no, we don't know, sir, there is one gentleman who had come from other place, and he is staying with us, and then he is doing some Parayan and Puja and then all, and we were also participating in that. So because of that, the entire household, along with these tourists also, he could not touch anybody. So his son also could not. And but for so many years he has been eating people. So then he asked, then wondered, then these people have told it is because of the power of the 11th Adhyaya Parayana, and these, especially these Sthane Rishikesha to Vishwarupa, these 11 shlokas, that is the power of it is, and hence the 11th Adhyaya is a very, very significant, and these 11 shlokas of 36 to 46 are very significant. So people who would like to get blessed and who want to get rid of all those papas and then reach, even the praveshtum is also form of a samadhi sthiti. The jnana and samadhi is that entering into that consciousness and that stage, that praveshtum. That samadhi is the ultimate stage, which is the jivan mukti state, and then the moksha state. So in the Jnatum, Drashtum, and then Praveshtum, and also Matkarmakrut, Matparmaha, Madbhaktaha, and Bhaktya only through devotion. And what kind of a devotion? Unwavering, single-minded, focused devotion only on Mameti, like Vasudeva Sarvamiti, we said, alone, God alone, Lord alone. Once we focus, we get blessed, and then we get the opportunity to see the real nature and the full form and the Vishwarupa संदर्शना सभी को होने की संभावना है और हम सब उसी रास्ते में जाएं और उसका पारायण करें और परायण रहें एंड देन गेट ब्लेस्ड। थैंक यू।
मैं चाहिए कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं, कह लीजिए दरबार साहब।
ठीक है। Actually, I'm getting used with the disposition and the explanation of the Bhatte साहब। वो एक तरफ बोल रहे हैं कि समाधि में अनुभव है, दूसरी तरफ 4-5 बुक्स दिखा रहे हैं जो अलग अलग scientific limited thinking. I am getting confused, but anyway, we will take up some other thing. But as I view it, similar kind of dilemma also existed in Sanatana Dharma, because predominantly we have got the 3 schools of thought. One is the Dvaita, Visishtadvaita, and then the Advaita. And we are far, far beyond, actually at a different plane, like he himself is saying, where science ends, spirituality begins. That's what even some of these scientists have also said, the so-called scientists. To understand the highest philosophy of Advaita from the viewpoint of the limited, even if they are the so-called Nobel laureates and all, itself is a limitation. And they say that Atmavare Drashtavyam, Mantavyam, Nidhidyasitavyam. The Upanishad is giving a beautiful example when compared to this Jnatum, Drashtum, and then Pravishtum. That's what it is given. And these 3 schools of thought will also fit into that. Isme fit batte. Like Jnatum is the Dvaita kind of a thing. Drashtum is a Visishtadvaita, and Praveshtum is the Advaita. Ultimately, finally, you are merging with the one, and Veto Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasasaha. So you will become mindless state, you will get into that, where there is nothing and there is nothing to say, there is nothing to write or quote some other thing, because you are sitting in that Brahmananda Anubhava. That's what I think is the ultimate Paramapurushartha, which we need to Baki sab Drukum Karana. Thank you.